Hello, my name is Opal Singleton. I am the president and CEO of an organization called Million Kids, millionkids.org. I hope you follow us. We're an organization in Southern California that has been combating sextortion and social media exploitation, as well as sex trafficking for the last 15 years. And it's all about keeping your kids safe online. So I would ask you to follow us at Million Kids Supporters on Facebook so you can really learn a lot more about sextortion. So we understand, and people contact us and say, I just found my very young child in the nude in front of a webcam and I'm just freaked. What do I do? That is a really disconcerting situation. We understand that everybody wants to be online, you, me, and our very young children. But is it safe? And how do we protect them? The FBI says that any given time, there's over 500,000 pedophiles online that can access us and our children. The problem becomes really critical if your prepubescent child is talking to someone online. You know, kids, when they're 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, they're cute as a bug, but they don't understand what adult sexuality is all about. But they are very good at technology. So they like to please people. And if they see a video of kids playing some sort of sex games, we all laugh because it's bathroom humor. You did it, I did it, is how we're all made. But it can be very dangerous with a prepubescent child online because they have very little capacity to understand when they're in danger. And more importantly, why that individual they're talking to is trying to get them to make a video or appear nude. In fact, I can tell you with all the work that we've done that predators actually seek out very young children online. They use hashtags that are very prominent where kids are online, or they go into categories of various apps where they think they'll run into very young kids. Predators and pedophiles will often send a child a video of other kids playing maybe sex games, and they ask them to make a video like that. Well, the kids laugh. I mean, that's what kids do when they're prepubescent. They don't understand what's going on. We all did it, but they will laugh, but they're very good at that technology. They know how to make those videos and they know how to send those videos, often better than the parent. So if you've just found your child nude in front of a webcam, let's talk about what the right thing to do is. First and foremost, as hard as it is, I'm going to suggest to you that you stay calm and take control of the situation. You are the adult in the room, and we need you to be able to stay calm and handle this. It is best not to go online and alert that predator that you know what is going on. Don't get on there and call them names and go, you lousy, blah, 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 leave my kid alone. That is not helpful to do that. Quietly ask your child for the device and remove them from any online activity because they may feel the need that they've got this person in trouble and they want to get back on there and try to apologize. Get the device away from the young person. It is best not to shame your child. Don't scream and yell at them. That's not going to be helpful. They are most likely too young to understand the danger that they're in. But I want you to quietly screenshot all communications. Take note of the time and what apps and what games and what was said. Screenshot it because that will be evidence when you go to law enforcement. And yes, we will ask you to go to law enforcement. Talk to your child and ask them how long they've been talking to that person. Or have they talked to other people? Have they ever seen them before today? Have they talked to them on other apps, or did they meet on a gaming platform? What can you know? Because one of the things you'll learn is these kids know all the apps and all the chat rooms, and they will often be ahead of you with their knowledge of technology. So I would suggest that you check the device for all communications. Check text, check email, videos, chat rooms. Look for the fact that they may have been interacting with other people, because sometimes these pedophiles work in rings where they'll have various people talking to a child. Look at all the apps they have, even if you don't normally use those apps. and then block all interactions so the predator can no longer reach you or your child. Then I'm going to suggest to you, once you have it documented, shut down the device. Have no further contact with this individual. It's very, very important. If the child is using your account, change your user profile and set your user profile to private on there. Predators will often use multiple names, multiple apps, multiple profiles, so don't accept any new friend requests. Go immediately to your law enforcement cyber crimes unit and talk with law enforcement, sharing all the data that you have there. Take all your screenshots, your communication, and I advise you to take the young person with you. Predators seldom have only one victim, so it's important that you file a law enforcement report as soon as possible to help protect your child and others. Some suggested actions. In addition to reporting it to your local law enforcement, I would encourage you to also report it to your national hotline. Now, most likely your law enforcement will do it also, but they have many, many cases. So I think it's important that you get there quickly, because there may be cases similar to yours that have been reported, and the national hotline will be able to do some overlays and find out if there's some connection to other cases. So be sure and put your law enforcement name and the case number if you report to that hotline. I would suggest that you have an age-appropriate discussion with your child regarding nudity and sexual interactions, depending on the age of the child. Never shame or reject the child. If appropriate, arrange for counseling, depending on the situation, the age of the child, and how complex the situation has become. If there are other children participating with your child, which often happens because they'll start thinking it's just some sort of game they're playing, it's advisable that everyone involved receive counseling. Before your child goes online in the future, it is important that you have an age-appropriate discussion about what online means, how big it is, that there are 5 billion people online, and some of them are good people and some of them are bad people, and you won't know. But if they want your child's photo, they shouldn't be talking to them. To share with them how the internet works and that there are millions of people who might want to cause them harm. I suggest that parents, before anyone gets a device that is hooked to the internet, that they create a contract between a mutual contract that everybody signs. The first one is that they will never, ever talk with someone online or share something online that might embarrass them. I would include in there that they will never, ever try to go out and meet up with someone they met online or have someone they met online come to the home. And that if someone wants a nude or have something like that, that they will come and talk to you. That is something that you will share together, because this needs to be an agreement. This will not be the last time. If that child's online, there will most likely be an encounter at some point in the future. So get that contract. If your child is old enough, you might want to discuss issues related to sextortion, blackmail, sextortion for money, sextortion for more photos, and like that. Share with them about criminals in the US and overseas trying to seduce kids into sending these photos and images online, and how the images can be used to blackmail them, your child, and your family. A prepubescent child online is very vulnerable. They are going to encounter bad guys that are not appropriate for a child. This is the scary age that we live in. It is always safer to have a child using a device that is connected to the World Wide Web only, absolutely only, when they are in the company of an adult. And I know how it goes, Mom and Dad. You think you'll keep an eye on them, but you get busy and you start trusting them, and this thing kind of just explodes right before your eyes. Remind your family, your younger kids and your older kids, anyone anyone who is sending you a nude or asking you for a nude or asking for a live stream or an illicit photo of any kind is not your friend, because once it goes online, you can never get it back, and it can be used against you. Okay, let's summarize here. If it's an emergency, you call 911. To report online exploitation, I recommend that you take the child and the device and all the information and go to your local law enforcement and ask for cybercrimes assistance. If your child is really emotional about this, if they're being blackmailed, especially if they're a little bit older, and you're seeing them be very upset, you may want to consider having some suicide intervention. The national reporting hotline for any of this kind of thing is National Center for Missing Exploited Children, 1-888-3737-888. Let me say it again, 1-888-3737-888. Well, my name is Opal Singleton. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you'll follow us at millionkids.org. You can write to me at info@millionkids.org. I hope you will share this video with everyone you know. This is an interesting time in society when all of us are online, and we're on there with good guys and bad guys, and we've got to teach our kids to live in this world in a way that will respect them and keep them safe and keep the whole family safe. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll share it, and I'll see you next time on one of these sextortion outreach service programs. Thank you.